Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the number one sports betting podcast in the Southern Hemisphere. This is Betsndat, and you got the usual suspects in the building. Oh, actually, no. No, we've got Chimes here. And we've got our main man Zeke here. Obviously, my name's Nate. No Charlie today.
We haven't heard from him.
We don't know why. You guys want to say a quick prayer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go, Chimes.
Dear Lord, just pray that you be with Charlie.
You've never prayed in your life.
Hey, what? We hope he's okay, though. Yeah. That's the main thing.
Get a safe chaser.
Those benders are out of control. This is how we always start the show, with just a bit of gratitude. Chimes, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. No, I'd love to. I'd like to show a bit of gratitude for the NBA's clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson, best player for the New York Knicks. He led us to a playoff win against the Pistons, got a clutch 3-point shot in the last game of the series, and he also led us to another Game 1 win against the Boston Celtics yesterday, or a couple of days ago.
I saw that score. I thought it was a mistake from yesteryear or something.
Yeah.
Man, happy?
Happy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and also shout out to T-Mark, another big Knicks fan. He's getting just got engaged in his engagement party this Saturday. Sweet.
Very nice.
I'm grateful for good health. Doing a bit tough over the weekend. Probably doesn't seem like it the way I was celebrating the Raiders win, but I've had the flu for the last couple of days, trying to shake it off before I fly out.
Yeah. Oh man, I know you're a hearty Broncos fan. Like you're that guy. Someone sent me a screenshot saying the Raiders are my team. I was like, whoa, who said that? I was like, oh, true that. Can you clarify? Like, are the Raiders your team? Are they like one of your teams? Are you one of those guys that has heaps of teams?
I don't have heaps of teams, but I've got, as I've said a few weeks ago, I've got a bit of money on Raiders to win the comp. Mm-hmm. I had them at $34. Now they're down to $14.
Damn.
So the cash out's looking pretty healthy right now.
What made you pick them at the start, especially that price?
Good odds, and they had the best run home out of everyone. So the hard games are kind of behind them now. Yeah. And now they just got,
At the start of the season, they had the second best odds to hit the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
They were
I think we were talking about it quite a bit. It's not about them. I think they're going to win. It's just, I think they'll get so far and then I'll just cash out. Yeah, so.
Nice. I'm grateful for having thick skin. No buttle. The Broncos were terrible over the weekend, and the DMs that came my way, man, they were sharp. Hey, these are the sort of DMs that people have been holding on to for years.
I think people think you're running the page as well. Oh, because I get these messages. I'm like, what?
Hey, that's okay, man. That's okay, because when it collapses, and I'm talking about, sorry, I wrote on my piece of paper, don't be a dick to the Warriors fans. That's all right. I'll take it. I'll take
for
it.
wiser.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we wearing today, boys? Oh, that looks impressive.
Yeah, shout out to my mate Gaff Leroy. He played 10 years in Super League over in England. So this isn't his jersey, but it's one of his good mates, Feta Palesina.
Mr. Effective.
Yeah, so he played for both the New Zealand Warriors and the Wigan Warriors.
He's running like he's got a rocket up his rectum.
Yeah, so this is like his actual number 10 jersey, and it's pretty tight, right? So, it's just the way they design them, guys. It's not
Are you sure that's not Thomas Leroy's?
Yeah, bro, it could have been. It's pretty tight, eh? Not as tight as Dion Fraser, your boys, but nah. So yeah, thanks to Gaff for the jersey.
Nice. And this is
I've got a St. George Illawarra Dragons jacket. I didn't have anything at home. I was a bit of a rush getting a haircut before, but I thought I'd just chuck this on since they're playing the Warriors this weekend.
I've got a million questions about that game coming up as well. So you look scucks too, man.
I look like Chase Stanley.
It's good looking guy, man. Nice skin.
This is week number 2 of shouting out Piula Fatsalele for hooking up a whole stack of gear from Biarritz Olympic. Yeah, so man. I think they're doing well. I think they won their game over the weekend. I couldn't understand so I forgot to Google Translate if they won or not, because I couldn't tell whose logo's whose. Oh shit, actually. Anyway, let's recap last week's bets, starting with Bring a Leg. Good news for one person on the show, but how did you go, Chimes?
So I'll start us off with my multi-order only went 2 for 4. So Tottenham start off winning 3-1 against Dermo Glint. And then the Mighty Warriors won 30-26 to cover the 1-12 margin against the Cowboys. But then, unfortunately, Greg Marju didn't score a try, even though
He got
the
close.
Knights, got close, and the Knights won 30-4. And then the Broncos got absolutely pumped at home by the Penrith Panthers.
Did you have them 1-12, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers 1-12.
Nah, Broncos.
Oh, man. Oh, it makes me sad seeing the Broncos let people down, man. You go last, Wolves. I'll do my multi. Oh, shit. I had the Bulldogs at -11.5 against the Titans. That hit. I had the Raiders plus 5.5 against the Storm. That hit. And the one that I missed on 2 weeks in a row was due to the Warriors, which is Cowboys -1.5.
Why didn't you have any faith, man? I picked the Warriors. My one hit. I don't know how, but it did. I think this was an accident as well. I was meant to have, instead of New South Wales women's, they were meant to be my lock, and Tamika Upton was meant to be in here. So the accident paid off. I had Roosters, Warriors, Tigers, New South Wales women's all to win, and then to finish it off, Ryan Pappenhausen to score. That was paying $25.66 with an implied probability of 3.9% chance of hitting. So yeah.
What was your implied probability?
Fuck, it would have been less than that, bro.
See.
It would have been 0.8%, bro.
Yeah, it feels good.
Man.
Yeah, man, congrats, man. So that's we had a multi as a team, and then our first individual multi, Oracle.
Well, I couldn't make a reel for it. I was dead in bed with the flu every time I picked up my phone. I'm like,
I kept waiting for it. I was like, man, it's going
this
to
guy
be
even
mean.
called me. He's like, where's your reel?
Don't let still make it, man.
Yeah, I'll make it later.
Anyway, time to look at our lock or laugh. This is the one pick from each person that we think is going to be a definite winner. Yeah. Chimes, you go last on this one. I'll go first because my one was straight ugly. I picked Dean Mariner to score against Penrith at $1.87. Penrith just created havoc that day against the Broncos at Suncorp. It was a terrible game for a Broncos fan, but yeah, that did not hit. Yeah.
What was yours?
Mine was Knights to win, so that was my lock, and I thought they were due, and they delivered, and it was off the back of some key players from the Rabbitohs being out. But yeah, you'll take the any day 30-4 win. It was already pretty much won in the first half.
Well done, man. Any assist on that?
A little bit from Zeke.
I gave that to you.
No, I just checked. I go, do you like it? That was all right, man. Shot Oracle.
So yeah, that's another luck for me. Nah, I had Tamika Upton, the New South Wales, Queensland fullback to score at $2.50. This goes against everything. Yeah. She came close a couple of times. I think the closest she got her hair pulled by Tiana Penatani.
Tiana
Penatani.
But other than that, yeah, Queensland pretty much got rolled.
That was my first time watching a full game.
Is it not good? The skill level
You know
is
what?
good.
That's pretty gangster.
Yeah.
She's the most dangerous player in their team, man.
Yeah.
And they kept relying on her. I was like, man, someone else do something.
Yeah, she's going back to the Broncos next year.
Yeah.
Everyone was pretty angry.
Did anything happen? Like, before that game, one of the girls from the Queensland was like kicking in the changing room, and it caused like a flood. Like, do you think that played a part, or they were always like,
if you're at that level, you can't let it back. But the funny thing is, that chick's a firefighter.
Yeah. Just
I don't know her name. Apologies, man. I'll look it up after. But the lock for New South Wales, man, she's a gun.
Was it Olivia Koenig?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-Indigenous, I think. She's mad.
She was just running over everyone.
and you kept that game right. Like, you said the wrong team was favoured, and then New South Wales won comfy.
Yeah.
What made you think that? Was it?
I'm just an expert woman, man.
Can we clip that?
Nah, I've watched a lot of NRLW.
Yeah.
They had, I think, 7 players from the Roosters team that won the grand final, and then they had all played together in the Australia team.
Yeah.
The last time I had interest, it was just Broncos winning the title season after season. It's no longer like that, eh?
Nah, it's good now. Everyone's spread out, kind of. Now the Warriors in there next year, Bulldogs. So
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
How are the Raiders sitting? 'Cause I remember seeing Ruben Wiki's daughter, Mackenzie. I think maybe
she's a good player.
Yeah.
Even that Samaima Taufa. They're all right. I think they kind of like the NRL Raiders. They fly under the radar. They surprise a few teams, but I don't think have had any success lately.
Anyway, we're just going to have a quick look at some of the big stories of the week. I don't know if this is of the week. It's quite further back, actually, but Lakers getting kicked out of the finals. For even guys that don't watch basketball, it was big news.
Yeah, it was big news because not only did they lose, like lost the series, but it wasn't because like LeBron and even Luka played badly. Like LeBron was actually one of the better players in the whole playoffs, especially on defense. But in a few key moments, he would have like an untimely turnover that wasn't, characteristic of someone like LeBron.
Yeah.
But I think what really exposed him is just a lack of a big man. Like that last game, they played without a center. That was JJ Redick's call. They started with like Dorian Finney-Smith, who's like a shooting guard, small forward at the center position, and Rudy Gobert had one of the best playoff games in his career. Like he had 20-something points at halftime, and he was just dominating. So JJ Redick's call, in a way, lost them that game, game 6 or game 5. But they probably wouldn't have, even if they won that, I don't think they would have gone on to win the whole series. So yeah, it's sad because LeBron had such a great regular season. He carried that on the playoffs, even though it was short-lived. But he's going to be 41 next season, and he's been beating Father Time so far.
Yeah,
but
they always win.
Exactly, Father Time's always going to win out until.
For another I guess, basketball fan, the other face that keeps popping up is that Anthony Edwards. Is he that guy?
He is that guy. And I think he was that guy with his showing last season. Like, he was already on that trajectory. Then he really showed out in the playoffs, got to the Timberwolves to the finals. Then he had great Olympics, and he's just picked up where he left off for the season. Like, he is their go-to guy. And even when he's not scoring as well, like he did against that Lakers game, like he's still making an impact, whether it's his defense, his energy. And yeah, like a lot of people say that he is the closest sort of stylistically in a long time to Michael Jordan, and just the way how confident he is and how sort of like he's just so confident and just like brash, but in a good way. Like, he won't take any shit. And yeah, like I think Anthony Edwards, he is, from an American perspective, he's like the face of the NBA. Better than a corny guy like Jason Tatum. Right, Tony?
Just on that, are the Celtics, are they the team to beat from either conference?
Of course, man. Like, the Celtics are so deep that like their team actually shouldn't exist, even if it was on NBA 2K. Like to get like that type of lineup, like they already have the stars, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Then they got Porzingis. Then they've got Drew Holiday. Like they've got all these guys who are all stars or like future Hall of Famers, and then they've got really great role players like Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. Like, they're just so deep, and then they've got one of the best coaches in the NBA. So, like, for them to lose, it'll be like a huge upset, or they've lost some key guys to injury.
Who do you see, which team will challenge them?
The New York Knicks? No.
No,
I mean, like, we won game 1, but that was we were grateful, but brother, the Celtics missed like 43 pointers, and we only won by 3 points, So, like, that's not going to happen every game. We'll take it, and we did our job, stealing one on the road before we go back to Madison Square Garden. But, yeah, like, it will be a huge upset if the Celtics lose to the Knicks in the whole series. Like, they're 11-point favourites for game 2.
Do you think part of LeBron's, them losing, he would have some pressure about being named on the Epstein list?
This guy...
Has he actually been named there?
I didn't even know he was on the list, though, to be honest. I need to ask Toxic King Maddie, confirm.
Damn. Moving on to NRL, the Bears are officially back after the $85 million deal between Western Australia and the NRL was formally signed. They enter the comp in 2027. So the hunt is on for who their marquee signing is going to be.
Are they based in Sydney?
No, they've moved to Perth.
The Bears are North Sydney Bears.
Yeah.
But
so that's the same logo, but they're taking it to Perth.
Yeah.
True.
Bit weird, eh? You kind of want to start like a fresh one.
Yeah.
It's better than the Orcas.
Who are the Orcas again?
South Island. Over here.
Yeah.
Like, they're like...
Is that the name they want to give?
Yeah.
Bro.
Like the whales.
Like, it's a killer whale, but still, like, that's not cool. Orcas.
Orca!
What the hell? It's hard if you want to, because they're based so far, you got to throw at least like $2 million for a Jerome Hughes or even a Payne Haas, the other name they're putting out. I don't think Payne Haas would go. He's got, the family issues there, or we won't really talk about it. But
also with the Broncos being the richest club and the history they got, you wouldn't want to move if you already got it.
And it'd be so hard to, you're playing there every 2 weeks, you got to travel every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So imagine you got to go all the way to New Zealand, back to Perth, back to Cairns.
Yeah.
So they'll be doing the most travelling, which is hard to attract any kind of players. I think they should look into their grassroots. They got a lot of South African big boys. Steal some of those rugby players. A lot of South Africans there. But I have no idea who they would go after.
Who would you target? Would you target a half, a hooker,
Has
front
to be
rower?
a half a hooker. Yeah.
If I had the money and if he was off contract, I'd, like, man, seeing what Harry Grant's like missing from that team.
Yeah, half a hooker. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of throwing big money at it, like centres and props. I mean, Payne Haas might be the exception. But how often do you get that?
Will they get like any special, like, I guess, do other clubs have to lock like their top 25 players and then the Bears have like first sort of dibs at some of those fringe guys in the squad, or they just got to start from scratch?
Yeah, I'm not too sure how it works. I don't know. I think you would go after a good coach as well, man. Like, look what Wayne Bennett did for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He would be the coach. Like, if he wasn't tied in with the Rabbitohs, that would be the type of coach. Because you really got to like cut through all the bullshit. But the way he managed to get, you got to have that star power as a coach to say, I want this guy, and this guy.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise, if your career's on the line, it's like, I don't really want to go play for
Walters.
I mean, you would look at guys like Sua Falongo. You know, they could play first grade, but they're kind of behind Warburg and Pappenhausen and Coates. So, yeah, but it would be hard to lure them over there.
Let's recap some of the scores from last week's NRL games really, really quickly. Obviously, Magic round was on.
It was a good round, eh?
It was, man. I thought Saturday was the best day for it. Friday night, Sharks, Eels. Sharks won that game 28-18.
I think it kind of went how we thought it would go.
Yeah.
It would be kind of back and forth, but Sharks breaking away. I just thought Eels got a little bit unlucky with that. That Mulitalo when he got taken out in the air.
Yeah.
And they penalty, then that resulted in a try. So, yeah.
Roosters look really good, 36-26 against the Dolphins. Man, another one of your picks in your multi.
Yeah, I actually thought closer to the game when I looked more into it. I thought everything pointed towards a Dolphins win, at home, and just a bit of Roosters losing some players, and then they lost Sandon Smith in the 3rd minute or something. Yeah, and I thought it was all downhill, but yeah, credit to James Tedesco. He still stood up as a leader. He was my player of the round.
Yeah.
Just on the Roosters, they've given Dom Young the green light to look for another club, and if he does find one, it could happen middle of the year.
Yeah, I think I saw reports he's locked in to go back to Newcastle.
Hey.
So, I don't know what that means.
Dom Young, CJ.
Just happy Jackson Hastings been shoulder tapped to say that he's not getting renewed. So he's got to
I
go
think
look.
that was like the worst kept secret ages.
Is he the guy that did really well in Super League?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't really hitting, and he went over there, carved up, and he came back and hasn't really...
I'm not too sure what his problem was. I think he's had a bit of problems within clubs, and everyone just says, look at the common denominator.
Yeah.
He might be the problem.
Every roster he goes to, it starts off well, and by the end of his time, no one wants to play with him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his contracts are always cut short.
Damn.
Yeah. Man, what kind of asshole you have to be, eh? How bad do you have to be that man, every club. Knights, Rabbitohs, Knights smacking the Bunnies 30-4.
Yeah, when we saw that the Rabbitohs had lost a few players, I think it was kind of, Knights just had to do their job. It wasn't really that hard, and even defense wasn't really their problem. It was just their attack, and they sorted that. So that was a good stepping stone to get where they want to go.
People calling this game of the round, Warriors 30, Cowboys 26.
I thought it was a coin flip game, but I gave the Cowboys the upside in attack. I just thought the Warriors, being the underdogs, and I thought their defense would save them. Defense always wins games, and that showed, in that last 10 or so minutes. So, yeah, and Suncorp was basically a second home for them.
They put them all. West Tigers. West Tigers 34, Dragons 28.
I thought this price we got on the Tigers was a gift, but Dragons kind of showed up, even though they were a mess all over the place before the game. But yeah, that Jaden Saw, I feel sorry for him, man.
That's getting replayed everywhere. Titans took on the Bulldogs. They lost their game 18 points to 38.
I thought the Titans did a lot better than the scoreboard showed. I mean, they lost their Tom Weaver, their halfback, in the 3rd minute, and then they had a massive reshuffle. And yeah, I think if they got a few more kicks, the score would look a bit more respectable. A couple yellow cards as well, or sin bins.
Panthers played the Broncos. They won. Anyway, other game was... anyway.
What do you reckon was the issue there? Like, because it started off okay, and then it just seemed like when Panthers got their rolling, it was like that was it.
You know, the Broncos have never overcome a halftime deficit this year.
Okay.
They haven't. So once I see that they're getting they're losing the arm wrestle, they just give up, man.
So they're weak mentally, and then like whatever Madge's saying at halftime is not hitting.
Well, in times like that, you got to look to your leaders.
Yeah.
But even when you're looking at your leaders in the team and that team, they look confused.
They got internationals, origin players.
I don't know, man. And then I think halfway through the second half, Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds are doing their own thing. They were not on the same page.
They're two similar playing styles. You can't have the two like players that are sevens.
Yeah,
you got to have like a Ezra Man back, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, when he's back, do you guys still think that Hunt should go to hooker or off the bench?
Off the bench for me.
Yeah.
But he didn't come to Brisbane to play off the bench, so it's going to be a bit hard.
But hey, if they keep losing, and they especially in that fashion, Madge's going to have to shake it up.
The forward rotation's got to be sorted out. Fletcher Baker coming on this week is not the answer.
Yeah. They dropped Jaden Hunt the one change, and he played 13 minutes. What's his name? Takora.
Give him a run already, man.
Just give him a run, man.
He must have slept with someone's daughter or something.
Or son.
Panthers, man. Nathan Cleary. What a masterclass.
He's the best halfback in the world, bro. I've been telling you, he's the best. Jerome Hughes is the man. I love Jerome Hughes.
I think now the Panthers could probably go on a run now. Like maybe that was the sort of spark they needed. And even though they're 15th at the moment, like their points differential is only -2, and everyone not in the top 8 has a negative points differential except for the Dolphins. They're +6. Panthers are -2, and everyone on the top 8 has a positive points differential except for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Their PD is 0.
Pretenders.
So that's like we're at a place now where are we pretenders? Where we're like now we start losing those close games, by those 4-point wins are now going to turn into 4-point losses, or do we kick on and now we're going to start? We're getting guys back healthy.
I think they'll kick on because it's coming up to Origin season, and
But I don't think you can keep going that way, and then by the end of the year, our points differential is like still flat or like a try, and we're still a top 4 team. I think we are lucky, but. In the past, those are the games that we lost, so...
I think when you're playing those games, you're not even thinking about points differential. You just got to get the 2 points.
Yeah.
But I don't see any other halfback that's that physically imposing on the field. Like, they can do all the... all the other halfbacks play in dinner suits, they want to pass before the line. This guy's going right up. He's making hits. He's chasing his own kicks. Oh, bro, he didn't care. He was getting up in there, man.
It took about... Third place Dalium guy, Luke Metcalf.
Bro.
Yeah, bro, he's third. He's a man, bro. And like he's like, I think even the top 3, it's like Will Kennedy, 27 points, Terrell May, 26, Tedesco, 24, and then Luke Metcalf's right there. And then him and Payne Haas are both tied at 4th at the moment. And like, yeah, man, it's shaping up to be a great season with like hopefully the teams that I thought had a dark horse chance was the Warriors and the Tigers. They're currently in the top 8. I hope that continues.
You know what? How the Warriors would get more points is if they had Tanner Boyd there instead.
When are they going to give him a chance?
Well, I mean, they're not going to shake it up when we keep winning. But yeah, that's the guy that I thought would be the long-term guy to pair with Luke Metcalf, so they can grow in together. But hey, we're winning, so you're not going to change too much.
I think when the Warriors are doing well, man, everyone's happy. Well, not me.
Except for you and Nate.
The game's good. It's in a good place.
Yeah.
Raiders, last game of the round. Raiders 20 to the Storm 18.
My team since day one. Fucking clap. Man, they just keep winning the hard way, eh?
Yeah.
They keep coming back for 3 games in a row now. They come back from being down at half time and just winning ugly.
Because they win ugly, but like they've definitely had some lucky ass like clutch wins that it's like
you make your own luck.
Yeah, exactly. So when it keeps happening, you're like, hey, these guys, they like you said, there's teams that crumble in the moment, right? Like the Broncos, or they don't even turn up. Like the Raiders, like when the chips are down, they're the ones that like sticky in the boys, mate. They get up for it, and they're not scared to chance their hand to throw the ball around.
Not flashy,
yeah.
But they've got the flash in them if they want.
Yeah. I think Ricky Straw, man, he's like the Englishman whisperer. He just brings over dudes that no one's heard of. And turns them into Dalium contenders.
Well, I liked how their forward pack is. They're not intimidated by anyone, like big names or not.
Yeah.
But they're developing some big names. Like Hudson Young, I reckon he's
household, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's household.
You got Tapini and Hudson Young. Like
Papali off the bench.
Yeah.
They got a good mix of like old
and young.
hard-working forwards and then flashy out wide.
Yeah.
Did your favourite player play? Danny Levi? No, he's in the Raiders.
No, he's in the reserve.
Anyway, quick recap of best team, worst team, best player, and a losing team. All right. And explain why you picked a player or a team. Chimes, for your best team.
I love to pick the Warriors, but nah, I've gone the Panthers. I think winning when the season needed it, at Suncorp against the Broncos, who can beat any team in the competition on their day. But I think it was just the fashion that they dominated. And even if the Broncos haven't been good in the second half of the season, I think the Panthers, that could be the spark they needed, getting healthier and, doing it at Suncorp was a huge thing. So they were the best team for me this week.
Cool.
I was going to say Panthers, but I'll do it different. To Chimes, I'll say the Roosters. I think they had everything against them. Dolphins at home in Brisbane, losing, and then Roosters losing Sandon Smith, who was their best player last week. Yeah, in the 3rd minute or something like that. Yeah, to go on and dominate like that was really good.
I went Warriors.
Yeah.
Just for that last 20 minutes. I thought
Was that impressive? Everyone's saying that's good. I'm like, well, that's worrying, man.
No, well, the thing is, it's easy to fold, right? Because you're expected. Everyone's talking about how great the Cowboys attack is. Like, fuck, this hurts me as much as the next guy. Fuck yeah. But the resolve that I saw from guys like Mitch Barnett, like, man, he was stretching out, jumping over dudes just to make a tackle. And I was like, man, fuck you, Broncos. Why can't you? I just thought, and there's young dudes. There's a lot of young dudes in that team, and you can always use your youth as an excuse. They're like, oh, we lost. Oh, we got heaps of young guys. They're like, no, fuck it. Whoever got it. So
Yeah.
Warriors, best team.
Hey, respect on that.
Worst
team.
The Broncos. Like, you can lose, but for them to just not show up at home during Magic Round, like, yeah, I think that's getting punched in the mouth like that at home is always telling to me. Like, it's not even about the skill level of players. Like, there's something going on there that they need to correct.
Yeah.
And maybe it's this weekend. They have another, game against the Rabbitohs. They're big favourites, but yeah, like, I don't know that the Broncos have never come back from a deficit in the second half of the season.
No.
So yeah, that's quite telling. They've got a great blend of players, experienced. Madge is a solid coach, but something's not working at the moment.
Yeah, worst team Broncos for me as well. Everything was catered to them. Like Sunday afternoon at Suncorp is like that screams Broncos. Broncos win against a team that's down the bottom. Yeah, same as Chimes.
Broncos, same as what these guys said. It's absolutely putrid. It's disgusting. Like, you couldn't have carved out a better piece of pie for these guys to eat. All you had to do was open your mouth. Best player.
Luke Metcalf. I think he was the best in the field. He led the team to win, and just the way he plays. Like, I think even for someone that doesn't watch much football, like, they can just see the impact he's making. Just his style of play. And, Dylan had a solid game, but, he outplayed, an Origin half, and, Clifford's a good player. Drinkwater's a really good fullback. But Luke Metcalf was the difference and the best player for me.
Yeah, it was, I think, out of 3 players really over the whole round is either Metcalf, Cleary, or who I've got, James Tedesco.
Yeah, Teddy was
stood up as a leader when they needed him. And he just, I can't remember what his stats were, but yeah, crazy stats.
Oh, and Mitch Barnett. There was a play in the game against the Cowboys where he went, he took on a steaming Tamarolo, cut him in half, and then he took on James McLean. Was it James? McLean.
Jordan McLean.
Jordan McLean.
Yeah.
Cut him in half, and they needed to make some yardage to get that last try, and he just kept cutting dudes down. I thought, fuck, gotta kill my bet. But for me, that was like he was gassed.
Yeah.
He was gassed, and he was still like.
That's where he plays Origin, man.
Damn, man. Yeah, so Mitch Barnett, my best player of the round. Best player in losing team.
I had a couple options. Like, I liked Payne Haas. I thought he was still good. Jacob Liddell off the bench. Should be probably starting with Damon Cook. Had a couple of tries. But yeah, I've got to go with Ryan Pappenhausen. He was one of the better players in the field in that game. But yeah, also got the try. So Oracle can hit his multi. So shouts.
I have a name, bro. Best player in a losing team for me would be Scott Drinkwater. Just every time he touched the ball, looked like he was good about to create something. I think if it wasn't for Luke Metcalf on the other side, they would have won. off the back of this guy's work.
Yeah.
Scott, drink water or Reece Walsh.
Why do you want to bring up old shit?
Bro, why do you want to bring up an injured guy?
I went Tom Dearden for me. I think just his effort plays and just the engine that he has, bro. A different level of cardio, that dude, man. That's insane.
He's like the definition of a Queensland player.
Yeah. So before we move on, that's our NRL of the week that was. I think we can have a look and see what's coming up in round 10. Feel free to chime in, say who you think's going to win here. But Zeke, if you want to give us your thoughts on Eels Dolphins, which is on Thursday night.
This is a bit hard, because the Dolphins have lost 2 in a row. They won a pretty good run before, but I'll lean the Eels at home. I just think the Dolphins have been pretty inconsistent, whereas the Eels on a different trajectory, playing into form. And I backed them against the Sharks, so it makes sense to back them against a weaker Dolphin side here.
Nice.
Are you worried about certain teams like the Eels when they are favoured though?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because that does worry me. Like, even though you're right, they're playing better. When they've got Mitch Moses, they always got a chance.
Yeah.
But it might be one of the ones where, like, they win, but it's always worrying when you see a team that's at the bottom of the table and they're favoured by a try.
Yeah, when it comes to betting, I definitely look more into it. I think just from a picks angle, I'll pick the Eels.
Yeah.
I've just seen good signs there. Moses steering them right.
Who are you leaning to?
Oh, I was leaning towards Dolphins covering, but like Eels winning by like a field goal. Oh, sorry, by 2 points or something like that.
All right, I like the Eels at Combank. Friday Knights versus the Titans in Newcastle.
I don't know how you can look at this Knights, $1.45 when I looked at it. I think this is an auto bet for the Titans. You just have to blind bet them at this number. They got a lot of points in them. Knights, I can't trust them off one win against a really weak South side. So yeah, I'll take the Titans, even though they've been pretty poor at this McDonald Jones Stadium. Yeah,
I like the Titans side too. I thought they showed some heart in their second half against the Bulldogs, especially Bo Firma. Is that how you say his
he's
name?
been playing really well, man.
Right, he's a gun,
so
man.
he's the one that's keeping Fafita out.
Yeah. But he's always been like a bit of a smoky for try scorers and stuff like that, right? But the last 3-4 weeks, he's been like playing his way into Origin contention the way he's going.
Was Bo at Newcastle once?
Nah, I don't think so. But he's that kind of player, eh? Like Jim Bro, like
Conor Bromwich,
Sam Jones. Kind of.
You leaning Titans as well?
Yeah, based on
that. Friday. Oh, come on, boys. Rabbitohs Broncos, Accor Stadium, 10 p.m.
I mean, the Broncos should win, and you can see Adam Reynolds' masterclass, but I just can't have any kind of faith in them at big odds like this. I think you would have to look at Souths as the betting side, I think. Yeah.
What's the points?
I think it's plus 10.5.
Plus 10.5.
They get Mamazulis is out, but they get Latrell back and Jamie Humphries as well. So, yeah, Broncos haven't made one change.
Yeah. Head-to-head, though, you pick the Broncos?
I'll pick the Broncos.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I'm going with the Broncos that cover as well. I just think that they're such a yo-yo team that when they lose bad, they back it up with like a big win.
Yeah.
So I think, and like even though 2 tries and a bit is still a big margin, I don't think the Rabbitohs have enough points in them at the moment to even come close.
Even though the Rabbitohs got players back, I think if the Broncos don't win, you got to sack some of the players. Saturday at GIO Stadium in Canberra, the Bulldogs take on the Raiders.
Game of the round.
Yeah, game of the round. Was 1 versus 2?
Yes.
Who thought we would be saying this at the start of the year, right?
Yeah.
Lean the Raiders at home. They're just showing they can go blow for blow. No Diddy.
It's 2.5 points? 2.5 points?
Yeah,
the line?
It was 1.5 and now it's 2.5. I think Jacob Preston he got found guilty at judiciary, so he's out for 4 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll go Raiders.
Raiders as well?
Yep.
I'll go Raiders. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Wynn Stadium in Wollongong. The Warriors travel to take on the Dragons.
I'm pretty surprised at this line, man. I mean, I've got the Dragons on, but $1.75, I think, for the Warriors.
Yeah, it started at 2.5 and now it's down to 1.5.
Yeah, you'd think the Warriors would roll here.
But their record's bad there, man.
Yeah, their record's so bad here in Wollongong and at Cogra. Yeah, I picked the Warriors, but I wouldn't be shocked if Dragons win, eh?
I think this is the typical one where, like, the Warriors are in control, but then they somehow, lose the game a bit. So it's one of those ones where I think it's going to be close, but unfortunately it might be for the Dragons' benefit. But
I'm staying away from that.
I hope I'm wrong. Go the was.
Keipo out centre.
Oh, is he taking on Val?
No, he'll be taking on, who's the other centre?
Sully.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saturday night, 9:30 in Townsville. The Panthers travel to take on the Cowboys. It's 9 versus 15th.
Man, I can see a Cowboys win here. Eh? I'll go either team 1 to 12 is probably my best bet.
Yeah. If you were
But Toto's back.
Yeah,
So.
I'm going Panthers. I think that their win against the Broncos was something that sort of sparked them, and they're a team that's not going to back up a good performance with like the other opposite. So I think they can win a close one.
All these teams are haters. They always wait for the Broncos to fucking
to give them that spot. So what the Warriors have been like flying since they've been the Broncos.
So you're leaning Cowboys?
Yeah, I'll go Cowboys.
Panthers.
I love the Cowboys in Townsville. I will go Panthers. Sunday, 4 p.m, Amy Park in Melbourne. The West Tigers sitting in 8th spot take on Storm in the top 4.
Man, Galofai, eh?
Galofai.
Storm, $1.18. Tigers, $5. I think any other day I would definitely take the Tigers just as a, on principle, but playing down in Melbourne on a Sunday dry track after a embarrassing loss like that, yeah, I think Bellamy's got them worked up here.
Pappy
I think
hat-trick.
I like the line though.
Yeah,
15.5?
Is it 15 now?
Yeah,
it's
15 and a half.
I'll probably just play like Tigers first half over 6.5 points, $2.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
I think start early and then just get.
Is there any way in your calculations envision that the Tigers win head-to-head?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still without Harry Grant, right?
Yeah, no Harry
Yeah.
Grant.
I think that any team that's going against the Storm, that now's their chance. But yeah, I think Storm.
Okay. Chimes, I think, man, everyone's expecting the Storm to win.
Yeah.
And there are good reason.
I just think their record after a loss is like amazing. Like I think they win. So like I don't know the percentage, but I'm sure that their record's really great.
Is their percentage good because of their cheating years? Or?
But I think just the way they respond, and I just don't see Bellamy like allowing them to lose that close one to Raiders and then back up with another poor performance to lose against the Tigers.
Yeah. Okay, well, you'd be stupid not to pick the Storm to win. Last game of the round, Roosters got a bye. It's at Brookie, 4 Pines Park. Sharks take on the Sea Eagles. Sharks sitting at 6th, Manly in 7th.
I've always liked the Sharks in this style matchup. I mean, the Manly are favoured at $1.72, and it's tough going to 4 Pines, especially after off a bye. I just think Cronulla, it's like underdogs other side here. No deep analysis, I just like how they match up.
Damn. Chimes?
Yeah, I'll go with Sharks.
I'm just picking Manly because of your guy, Tom Turbo.
Tripod Tommy. Have you heard that story?
Big dang.
Go.
What is it?
Heaps of the Islander boys, the Islander boys don't like in the showers after the games and change rooms.
Yeah.
They don't.
Take their
They
mahi
take
off.
their shower home. They go all the barangis, they just get their willies out. They said, Tommy's tripod.
Hey.
Tommy. He's the bring a leg OG.
Can we clip that? Pause. That's our look at the NRL this week.
Do you want to have a quick word against Super?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Like, we don't have to go through a game, but last round was the first time this season that the Blues, Moana, and Drua all won in the same round.
Oh, well done.
So let's go, the boys.
Oh, nice.
First time's happened all season, and yeah, the Drua, they won their game with a 79-minute game winner against the Reds.
Bro. How does it look now if Moana win that game? Is it hard for the Blues to get it?
So the Moana are 6 right now.
Yeah.
So if they just win out and teams around them lose, like they could keep their position and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But pretty much if we want both the Blues and Moana to make the top 6, they've got to win their games, but then the teams around them, so the Force, the Waratahs, who are below, they need to keep losing. And then the ones above them will be the Reds and the Hurricanes.
Ooh.
So yeah, the Reds especially, I'd love them to keep losing and fall out.
You've had your eye over the Super Rugby more than myself and Zeke, but I'll get your thoughts on this as well, Zeke. So we've got the games on Friday. First one up is the Drua versus the Blues at HFC Bank Stadium in Suva. at 5 o'clock. How do you see that going?
If it was like they won at their stadium against the Reds, like close game, and like the Reds did have a yellow card in the last 10 minutes. But if that was Churchill Park, I might go to Drua. But I'll go with the Blues to win that one.
I think the line is at like 4.5.
Minus 4.5. Wow.
Yeah,
That's close.
That's close,
yeah.
man. And I think the Drua, like a just totally different team over in Fiji compared to on the road.
Yeah.
But that HSB Park doesn't scare me as much as Churchill, where they're unbeaten. The
I'm
Fortress.
gonna lean the Drua there.
Yeah, fair.
Give the people something to cheer for.
I think the Blues got more to play for. Are they sorted?
Yeah, that's the thing. The Drua have got no chance for the top
Those
six.
are the
But-
traps.
Those are the games.
Yeah,
eh?
they are trap games, but like that's like the Blues had one of their better performances, right? If not their best performance against the Force, and they need to win every game out to make the top six pretty much. So
Very good. Waratahs also on the Friday night. They host the Reds at 7:35.
I want them to both lose, but we'll go with the Waratahs. So the Reds, who are ahead of the table, they can lose again.
Yeah, I like the lineup for the Waratahs in this game. Yeah, they're looking good. Saturday, Chiefs, Crusaders, and Christchurch.
The Chiefs lost pretty convincingly against the Hurricanes, you know.
Killed how many multis?
Yeah, so like, I mean the Hurricanes, you know, I thought that was a sort of a trap game for them, and the Canes needed it more than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I think the fashion that they lost in, so if there's a team that the Chiefs can lose 2 in a row to, it's down in Canterbury. So
You
yeah,
leaning the Crusaders?
I hate the Crusaders, but yeah, I think I'll go with them to win in Canterbury.
That's Zeke's other team, Crusaders. So are you leaning them, eh?
Yeah, Crusaders.
And the last game of the round. Last game of the round is in Perth. It's the Force versus the Brumbies.
That's a home game. So home game for the Force, and they do need the win, but I think the Brumbies are just like, they are currently the best Aussie team, so I'll go with them.
Too slick, eh?
Yeah.
Let's do some betting, boys. Bring a leg. So are we sharing a multi?
No, I reckon we do one more because
This guy just wants to hit his own
no,
multi.
not even that. Like, because this guy, he could do 2 in a row, right? Which would be awesome. And then maybe one of us will also get our first individual multi.
Yeah.
But I reckon for this guy, like, it'll be stink for us to just miss that chance of him doing a double up.
True that.
I don't even care.
I
hate multis.
He hates multi. He does multi just for the show, but it's fucking...
Is this your Paul Heyman over here? The wise man.
The wise man.
No. He's Paul Bearer.
Bring a leg. This is our individual multis. Chimes, you want to kick us off with some magic that you have?
Yeah, mate. I'll start off with the Warriors to win 1-12, paying $3.25. Panthers to win 1-12, paying $3.40. And Jack Bostock, Dolphins winger, anytime try scorer, $2.10. I don't know what the combined odds are, sorry.
Oh.
I was going to put Brian Toto, but I think you want to include him, so I'll remove him.
Nah, that's all good, man.
Now you go.
Do you want me to go? Do you want to go?
Yeah, you go.
I've got Titans to beat the Knights at $2.75. I've got the Warriors to beat the Dragons at $1.75. And I got West Tigers plus 15.5 versus the Storm at $2. And Brian Toto, anytime try scorer at $1.80. Warriors, my last 2 multis, you killed it for me by winning. Don't be the one that loses.
What's the paying? Well, what's it paying?
Oh, I didn't do the calculation on the odds. Because you know how the betting sites won't let me do it?
No, they do.
Nah.
Because I don't have a TAB account. They haven't.
No,
verified
like,
me yet.
I'm like,
Oh,
my
damn.
IP is like...
Yeah.
You can't even get into the club.
Oh, everyone have a laugh. Everyone have a laugh.
I actually, sorry, my Warriors one is actually either team 1-12. Sorry, not the Warriors to win.
Oh, you got no heart.
Nah, I just one of those. Like I said it earlier, it's a game that could go either way, and
Yeah.
I'll just play it safer and just.
The stats back up your point of
Yeah.
the Warriors not winning there.
So yeah, if they win, great, but I don't think they'll win big. So
Okay, very good. Zeke,
All
what do you
right.
got, brother?
Let me just enter this one more to get them in.
Man, ChatGPT takes ages these days. How's the family, yours?
yeah, it's good. Thanks.
Yeah.
How's Sadie doing?
Yeah, nah, she's good, man.
She looking forward to Samoa?
She is actually.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. How about So I've been told
Yeah.
it's all right because the meeting's tonight. So I got told that they want me to be the chairman for the for the kids, the school.
Okay, so I'm Paul Heyman and you're Vince McMahon. Okay.
I haven't said yes yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't said yes yet.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just one of those things weighing up because I'm pretty useless at admin stuff. You know?
Okay, Charlie.
So yeah, oh man.
What do you reckon? I reckon that's good, man.
I mean, it'll be good for the CV, you know.
Yeah.
Chairman of the Samoan unit.
All right.
Oh, are we ready?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Sorry,
yes, go.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm not that confident in this one, but I'll go. It's 4 legs. It's paying $16.34. I've got the Canberra Raiders to win against the Bulldogs, the Cronulla Sharks to win against the Manly Sea Eagles, and in the UFC co-main event, Manon Fiorot. She's the French chick. She's fighting Valentina Shevchenko, and then main event, Jack Della Maddalena versus Bilal Muhammad. He's the Aussie guy.
You go for him for Jack?
Just a former multi.
Yeah, man.
Do you think he wins that that fight?
Yeah, how does he win it? Points, knockout?
I think it'll be a knockout if it is. I think Bilal Muhammad will have the bigger moments, like win minutes. Bigger minutes winning.
Yeah.
But Maddalena will have the bigger moments.
Because he's got great hands, eh?
Yeah, good hands.
Yeah.
He's got Craig Jones in his corner, helping with the grappling side. I think he can stop a few takedowns. I think he'll do better than Leon Edwards, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me saying really like I watch all the UFC.
Hey, no, shout to your call. I don't think you put on the show, but
humble loose.
No, yeah. but you've been telling me and others that Bo Nickel's overrated, and even though that's the guy that Dana and the UFC are trying to hype up, but yeah, you bet on the other guy. I forgot his name, but he's paying $4 to give Bo Nickel's first loss. Yeah. And that's a huge call, man. And you were right.
My bet shouldn't be free. Start sending me money.
You done there, wise man? Moving on to lock or laugh. These are the bets that we individually pick that we think are like guaranteed winners or have the best chances in our eyes of winning through analysis and expertise. Chimes, what do you have?
Not an exciting one, but it's a try scorer one. It's Greg Maju. Anytime try scorer $1.91 for the Knights. He didn't score one last week, but I think he's due for one this week, and it's a good matchup for him against the Titans. So.
Do you want to laugh at that, or you think it's a good call?
Did you say Greg Maju?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll laugh because you picked that last week. In your multi. I'll go Bilal Muhammad to score a takedown in the second round, $1.75. People need to take advantage of these TAB props, man. I really like them, eh?
So what's the compares the first round and third round? Is it best in the second round, the value?
First round would be $1.35.
Oh, okay.
So round two, I think the last fight he scored like 4 in the second round.
Against Leon?
Yeah, he scored 9, I think 9 altogether. And Jack Della Maddalena, he will have some kind of adversity in the grappling. I think round 2 was just a good number. Yeah.
Why, just through my peripheral, when I see stuff about UFC, why do people not like him or call him a boring fighter?
Because he talks his big game, and he's good. He's good at what he does, but he talks like he's a big Francis Ngannou knockout artist.
But he's never dropped anyone, eh? Like even a knockdown.
Never dropped, never KO'd. I don't think.
Yeah, pillow hands. But also his style.
He's cringe,
it's
bro.
like real, like his style himself. Like he's not exciting the way he throws strikes and that, and he just like sort of gets him on the ground, then just like lay and praise him, or he like
doesn't even look to finish.
Yeah, doesn't look to sub them. So.
Yeah, he's a bit. Yeah, and he's cringe as, bro. He's so cringe.
But that guy, after his career's done, he will have all his faculties, and he won't be CTE for him, bro.
His name is Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad? And this one time, I think someone called him out to come into the octagon. He went to go get in the octagon, and the security goes, "Hey, wait, who are you?" So they didn't remember the name.
My lock this week, I think it goes against Zeke's read, but I've gone Manly -2.5 against Cronulla at $1.91. I just like the home ground. I like the way they play there. I like the players they got coming back in. That's about it.
Sunday Arvo at 4 points.
Yeah,
I can see a good one.
Q&A. You got some questions for us?
Just a couple. I think we're running a bit out of time, eh?
Yeah.
Would you rather hit a game-winning field goal or set up the game-winning try? So would you rather be like the assist dog or take all the glory?
Oh man, give me the glory. Oh, what are you talking about?
I just reckon for me, because I'm not good at kicking, I would rather get the kick because that's harder for me to do.
If you were like a Cleary.
Oh, if I was a Cleary.
Yeah. This guy always makes it
sorry. Yeah, I would say give me the glory.
Damn. I just remember Lockie always said he'd rather have to set it up.
Yeah.
So that's how I always thought.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But the kick he kicked against the Dragons for his last game, to me that was...
He did that so many times, eh?
Yeah.
Like Titans games, Cowboys games.
But with a broken face, ooh.
So glory.
Yeah. Whole.
Who's your favourite sporting hero of all time or favourite athlete? You're David Tuo.
Man, there's a tie between him and Darren Lockyer.
Mine's Frank Gore, running back for the 49ers. Hey, man, he'll be on the Hall of Fame, man.
Former Colt.
That's two.
I think I say Kieran Friday.
Yeah. I contemplated.
Mine's Carmichael Hunt.
Yeah.
Always did speeches on him at school. Cut my hair like him.
Actually?
Yeah, always, bro. Same boots. Yeah.
Did you have that white Nike jersey?
Nah, but I had the maroon one.
Someone got me an imitation one and I got found out, bro. It was tough being young and not knowing what an imitation jersey was.
Where do you think DCE is going to end up?
I mean, for me, just reading what I've been reading, I've got to say the Roosters.
Yeah, Roosters. I think it's another Cooper Cronk situation.
Yeah, if it was the Bears were coming in next year, then them, but yeah, go with the Roosters.
And last one, are we bringing back the Road to 100?
We have to, bro.
Yeah, but when we're not trying to spend our own money, right?
No.
Because we got no money.
No, we're waiting.
We're spending our Louis, man. Now.
If you got any sponsors, yeah.
Actually, by the way, we never actually say this apart from when we hit 1,000 subscribers. But you know, if you're watching this, because I've seen that the amount of people that watch the video, the people that subscribe, there's way more people that watch it. What's wrong, man?
Yeah.
just hit the like and subscribe button, man.
It's like those people that don't want to follow over 1,000 people on Instagram. They just keep it at 999.
I feel like you guys get to watch us, undress every night before we go to bed without saying anything.
Little Georgia.
But yeah, I think that's us. Well,
Where are you off to?
can't say. Undisclosed location in Asia.
Customs. What are your tools?
Just a quiet week. Oh, besides my mate's T-Mark's engagement party, just a quiet week. Yeah. Nothing big. How about you, brother?
Nah, man. I need to go see a specialist while I've forever got a runny nose. I think it's eternal.
I think it's from your old days catching up to you. Sniffing panties. Yeah.
Yeah. God bless.